Hey, it's Mack with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and it's Monday. It's May 22nd. This will be our chart lesson, and it's going to be pretty quick today. We really just had two legs up. We had one leg up, correction, another leg up. Um, this was pretty much a no-brainer kind of day. When you see this, you realize we're probably going to get a correction, and somewhere around 50% correction, we're probably going to get another leg up. And my guess was we'd probably test the 2400 today. We didn't quite get there again. So, but if you measure this leg, you look for a measured leg, and you can see that would have been up there a little bit higher, but we didn't quite get there. So, um, but that's why we follow the price action and we don't guess. And I mean, this could have turned down and just been a range day, or it could have turned down and been a trend down day. But either way, we had some pretty good trades in here. The overall bias was up. We had a couple of little shorts in here, and I'll explain those. We had this move up. We had a break, move to a new high. So if you get a trap or some kind of reversal type pattern, you probably want to go short here. At this point, I was just looking for prices to come back to here at a minimum, and maybe it turns down, but it goes exactly where where the high probability is back to the trend line key entry point, and it bounces again, and it gives you another chance to enter right there on a second entry. So, but let's talk about the trades real quick, and I'm gonna wrap it up real quickly. Before that, I'll start mentioning this as the week goes on, but I'm leaving for my annual trip to Brazil the first week of June. So it's a little bit off, still a week and a half off, but I want to go ahead and start mentioning it just so people would be aware of it. Won't be any chart lessons during that week at all. So no mid morning chart. No mid morning copies of my chart either in the premium section. So just be aware of that. I'll mention it again as the next couple of weeks go on, but I did want to start putting the bug in everybody's ear about that. But let's talk about the trades. Right after I came in, this setup, it looks like a reversal pattern. It's not a really good setup though. We didn't break lower here, but that's still two clear legs up, and then we got the break lower here. Not a very good signal bar, but it doesn't really matter if it's a reversal type pattern. But what really I didn't like about this one was this next bar, the way it closed as well. Inside bar with a lot of stem at the top as well. I really was looking for prices to turn down one more time and then go up, and they just didn't. So you might have taken this break higher here, but I think you're better off to skip it. And of course, if you don't take that, you don't really get any of this move. And that's what's, so frustrating about it sometimes. But the key is you did the right thing if you just sat still. And really your failed second entry comes here, but it's so far away from the EMA, even though this is a pretty strong move up here. This is what I call a spiking channel. We're not back to the key entry point. We're banging across the top of the uh, uh, trend channel line. My mind is blank. I can't come up with anything today. Words are just not coming freely. So it's been a long day. But anyway, yeah, you have this entry, but I wouldn't recommend entering there. The first opportunity we got was we came back and tested this area right here, and that's the first close really outside of this short channel, and it is back pretty much to the EMA. That's a fairly bullish bar, so I like entering there. There's just enough room to get out, and guess what? If you'd needed one more tick, you'd have got burned there. So that's why you need room to get out, but I like that one. And then you finally had two legs back, but what I like about this was not only is it a second entry, but we treat that like that failed break lower. And I like going long there. It was tempting to go long right here, and it's a real small risk. So if you did go long right there and it turns up, I would just sit tight. And once you got two legs down, I'd turn up right there. I'd enter right there because now you got two legs, you've had your two moves. You might have looked at it like this is two legs here, and this was a little failed break lower. But I just don't like the way that shot through the EMA right there. And you didn't get much bounce right there. It's just two little ticks. But sometimes that's a very low risk entry. I mean, you don't lose much if you're wrong there. Maybe 2 ticks, 3 ticks if you're wrong. So then you get a chance to get it back right here. Unfortunately, we turned down again, and now you got a failed second entry long. So I like going short right there on that trap, and then it comes back and gives you a second entry short right here, and another little double test of your EMA, and that's a fairly bearish bar too. So at this point, you figure we're probably headed back to at least halfway back on this move right here, and that's pretty typical. And then you actually get a reversal pattern here. There's a second entry short, and that's really the first close outside of our trend line here. So you might have considered going short right there, but it's not a very good signal bar. A lot of them stacked up sideways. It's just not a very good short at all, so I wouldn't take the short. But when it fails, I like it to the long side, hoping, and your hope is that you catch a major low right here and you get another move up, and that's exactly what happens. And if you catch this, you can ride this all the way. And you actually got another chance to enter right here. We got back, I don't have my line across there, but we got back inside that channel, or that support resistance area. Not channel, but support resistance area. This range basically. And it bounces right off the EMA with a nice bullish bar. I like that one. Looking for this to finally make a new high and probably start another leg up, and maybe we get a measured leg. We don't quite get that, but turns down. And now coming off this high, unless you get a really strong long here, you're looking for prices to probably come back here. And you never really get a good short trap. You just get a long trap. And notice what happens. You get a double test here. Normally I'd say you probably wouldn't want to take a short here, but when you get this double test and a failed second entry long there, I like going short, and that's a fairly bearish bar too. And your hope is just to ride it back to here, and that's exactly where it goes. And then now you got a double top right here, triple top really. So that's a new high, pullback first entry, pullback second entry. So you get a second entry long with a nice bullish bar right off that trend line. You want to enter there, and again, you get a pretty nice little move. It just goes into the close, kind of going sideways, but that was an easy scalp, quick easy scalp. And you might have considered entering right here too, or even right here. The only reason I didn't like this one is so close, but that's a failed second entry short. That's your reversal pattern. So you could have, you could argue for that one, and it would be blue as well, but it's really late in the day, so sometimes those will trip you up, but it's there. And you might have even considered this one, because really at this point we're coming off that key entry point again, and that's a higher low with a nice bullish bar. And it actually went lower first and turned and went out the other side, so you could have gone long one tick earlier there. Probably would have scared the bejeebus out of you when it started going sideways here, and so you might have exited anyway. It must be 6 o'clock. I apologize. That probably scared. I'll probably go back and try to see if I can edit that out, because that was pretty loud. So, but just in case I did edit it out, my news item just went off and it was loud to me. So I imagine how loud it's probably going to be on video. So I'm going to try to edit it out. So. But anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm tired and had a long day, and I'm a little bit brain dead today. So it was a typical Monday. Just a lot going on in the office here and trying to trade and everything else. So, but I'm going to wrap it up. We'll be back again to do it tomorrow. This is Mack with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and we'll see you next time.